Hi friends, I am Surendra Prasad Kushwaha and you are watching my YouTube channel MOE Surendra Kushwaha. Today this video is about final account. It is one of the most important topic in accountancy, not only for the CA students as well as equally important for the students of class 11 and class 12 also. Though I have already made a video on this topic, that is final account in Nepali medium, but most of the students requested me, sir, please make a video in English medium. So I have tried my best to make a video on this topic. So let us start. What is final account? It is also important because it carries a huge mark in examination. In C exam, from group C, a long question will be asked for 8 marks and one very short question will be asked. Total 9 marks you can obtain from this topic. So what is final account? It is said to be Antim Khata in Nepali. Because its name is final account, it is final. As you are the students, you are interested to know what is your achievement, how much marks you obtained, what is your conditions, how much you are strong and how much you are weak after completing one educational year. Similarly, each and every businessman, owner of the organization, founder of the organizations, interested to know what profit earned by the business or loss suffered by the business, what is the condition, what is the financial position of the business organization. Everyone interested to know, and to know net profit and net loss, what are the conditions, strength, the final account is prepared. Final account includes trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. This trading account and profit and loss account is prepared to find out profit or loss, whatever the earned by the business, whereas the balance sheet helps to find the financial position of the organizations. For this, it includes all the income and expenditures, where balance sheet includes liabilities, capital, and assets. Because only earning profit is not the symbol of strength of the organization. For example, you took 5 lakh loan and you started business, you earned 2 lakh profit after end of the year, and another businessman, that is your friend, started business from his own capital and he just earned 1 lakh net profit. Do you know which one is strong? You earned 2 lakh, your friend earned 1 lakh, but you are not strong because you have loan, you are in the liabilities, but your friend has his own capital. So the profit and loss you have to find, no doubt, but the real strength of the company, that is the condition of liabilities, capital and assets. So in your examination, what will be given? If you talk about the definition of the final account, you can write final account is the set of accounts or statements that finds profit or loss earned by the business and that also finds the financial position of the business organization. It includes just three things: trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. If you talk about the examination point of view, one trial balance is given to you, and from the trial balance you have to prepare trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. So once you have to remember the trial balance. I have already made a video on trial balance. You see what is in trial balance. After completing all the ledgers, first of all, financial transactions are recorded in journal entry. They are classified in different ledgers, and after closing the ledgers, from the balances of the ledger, trial balance is prepared. So what are there in trial balance? In trial balance, there are two sides. One balance is known as debit, another balance is known as credit. In debit side, expenditures are recorded, where in credit side, incomes are recorded. Or all the accounts of expenditures are written in debit side, and all the accounts of incomes written in credit side, just like salary, wages, commission, electricity bill, stationery. These are the topics of expenditure. They are recorded in debit side of the trial balance. Similarly, rent receipt, dividend receipt, commission received, bad debt recovered, and all the receipts, they are income like sales also, they are recorded in credit side. Similarly, all the assets recorded in debit side, just its opposite, all the liabilities and capital recorded in credit side of the trial balance. Assets means, there are visible assets and invisible assets: furniture, land and building, fan, computer, machine, they are assets. Similarly, goodwill, patent, trademark, copyrights, these are assets. They all you find in debit side of trial balance. Similarly, liabilities, the payable amount, bank overdraft, bank loan, creditors, bills payable, outstanding expenses, capitals, these are the heads of liabilities, and these points you will find in credit side of the trial balance. And by taking these expenditures and these incomes, by taking these expenditures and these incomes, two accounts can be prepared, that is trading account and another profit and loss account. Similarly, by taking these assets and from credit side, that is liabilities and capitals, you can prepare balance sheet. So you must clear. So when you are asked prepare trading account or profit and loss account, you just take this point: expenditures and incomes. And when you are asked prepare balance sheet, just you take assets and liabilities and capital. Trading and PL account, trading and profit and loss account of final account is prepared to know profit and loss, whereas the balance sheet is prepared to know financial position, economical strength, and it includes assets of the company and liabilities and capital of the company. Now, if the question from final account chapter is given to you in the examination, Then how will you solve it? For this purpose, you have to know the process of preparing trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Now see how to prepare it. First of all, I am talking about trading account. You have to write the name of company, name of organization, name of business enterprises. Then after you have to write trading account. And as you know, the final account is prepared at the end of the year. You have to write the date, this year and this month, or you can write for the year ending. And then after you have to prepare ledger accounts. As you write in ledger date, particular LF amount, same thing you have to write date, but it is prepared, because it is prepared at the end of the year, date is not required here. So date you should not write. And here you have to write debit, and here you have to write credit. Now here you write particulars, amount, here also particulars, amount. Similarly, you have to make another format for profit and loss account. For this purpose also you have to write name of company, profit and loss account for the year ending. Date is given, you have to mention the date here. And the same format as you prepare for trading account, the same format you have to prepare for profit and loss account. Here debit and here credit. It means whatever the format of trading account, the same format for profit and loss account. Sir, what is different? Different means the points that you have to place here and here is different. As you know, from the trial balance, only expenditures and incomes are recorded in trading and PL account. Mind it, only expenditures and incomes are recorded. So which expenditures are recorded in trading account and which expenditures recorded in profit and loss account, that is measured. Similarly, from the income side, which incomes are recorded in trading account and which incomes are recorded in profit and loss account, because the debit side for expenditures, expenditures recorded in debit side, and in credit side you have to record incomes. Okay, similarly here also expenditures recorded in debit side, expenditures, and incomes recorded in credit side. That you already know in journal entries, ledgers, rules of debit and credits. Therefore, but problem is that what types of expenditures recorded in trading account? Direct expenditure recorded in trading account. Indirect expenditure is recorded in profit and loss account. Similarly, direct incomes recorded in credit side of trading account, and indirect incomes recorded in credit side. Clear? Expenditures are divided, incomes are divided. Expenditures, direct expenditure in debit side of trading account, indirect in debit side of PL account. Incomes, direct incomes in credit side of trading account, indirect income in profit and loss account. But how to know which is direct and which is indirect? Direct expenditures means the related to purchase, related to production. Okay? And direct incomes is related to sales. Whereas all the expenditures, selling, distribution, office expenditures, they are indirect income, and all the incomes except sale, that is indirect incomes. It will be clear if I place the points. First of all, in the trial balance, you see where is opening stock. You have to write opening stock. Amount you should write here. Then you have to search in the trial balance. You look for where is purchase. Purchase is direct expenditure. You have to write here purchase. And from the purchase you have to less return. If goods are returned, you have to subtract from purchase to find net purchase. So return you have to subtract. The name of purchase return is also called return outward. Return outward. Purchase return or return outward. Words are different but meaning is same. And by subtracting you have to write here. Then after all the direct expenditures related to purchase like wages, octroi charge, duck charge, royalty, custom duty, similarly coal, gas, water, lighting, heating, they all are direct expenditures. Expenditures related to factory, manufacturing, they are direct expenditures that you have to write here. Similarly, what are the direct incomes? That only one income that is direct income, that is sales. So first you have to write sales here. If there is return, then subtract. If there is given return inward, that you have to subtract. And after subtracting, you have to write net sales in this column. And another thing is that closing stock. If there is given closing stock, you have to write closing stock here. After that, you have to close it. After preparing trading account, you have to balance it. So add it. If the income is 12,000 and expenditure is 10,000, there becomes profit and it is known as gross profit. Gross profit CD. Gross profit CD you have to write here. But sometimes expenditure side heavy, then there is loss, and this loss is called gross loss, and that you have to write here by gross loss CD. Okay, because according to rules of debit and credit, both sides should be equal. So considerable point is that either there is gross profit or either there is gross loss. Any one of them becomes. But if the credit side and debit side of trading account becomes equal, then there is no loss, no profit. Now let's go to prepare profit and loss account. First of all, you have to search in your question, or if there is single question, you have to write first of all from trading account whether there is gross profit or gross loss. If there is gross profit and gross loss, first of all you have to balance here. Here you have to write by gross profit BD. But if there is gross loss, that you have to write here to gross loss BD. Balance to gross loss BD. Then after you have see the trial balance in expenditure sides. What expenditures are recorded in trading account? The remaining expenditures you have to write here. Suppose wages is here recorded, but salary is here recorded. Similarly, here all the production expenditure, factory expenditures, manufacturing expenditures recorded in trading account, but office and administration expenses recorded in debit side. Similarly, selling and distribution expenses recorded in profit and loss account. Similarly, other indirect expenses or the expenses which are not recorded in trading account should be recorded here, should be placed here. Okay, suppose rent is not recorded here, it should be recorded here. But if there is factory rent, it is here, because in direct expenditure, what types of expenditures are related to direct? That is called manufacturing expenditure. Similarly, expenditure on purchase, factory expenditure, these all are called direct expenditure. But here office and administration, selling and distribution, such types of expenditures are called indirect expenditures. And you see the income side of trial balance, it means you see the credit side of trial balance, and there you see what are the incomes are there in credit side of trial balance. Among them you have already recorded sales account here in credit side. So the remaining incomes you have to receive here, like indirect incomes. And how to recognize indirect incomes? Except sales incomes, all incomes you should record here, except sales. Okay, that is rent received, commission received, dividend received, bad debt recovered, similarly by all receipt. Okay, all receipts. You see the book, there are many points are given, all the what are the indirect incomes, all points are given. Now close it. The closing process is same. You add this both side. For this you add the total of credit side. If total of credit side, suppose for a while, that is 30,000, and debit side, that is 20,000. If the credit is 30,000, that is income side, and expenditure is 20,000, that is debit side, there becomes profit, and this profit is called net profit. To net profit CD, you write here. But if debit side is heavy, suppose it becomes, debit side becomes 30,000 and it becomes 20,000, it means what? Expenditures become heavy, expenditures become more and income becomes less, then there is loss, and this loss is called by net loss. In this way you have to balance it, because the total of debit side and total of credit side should be equal according to rules of debit and credit. So these are the process of preparing trading account and profit and loss account. Major thing is that from trial balance, all the expenditures and all the incomes recorded in trading account and profit and loss account. Then what are remaining in trial balance? In debit side there are remaining assets, and in credit of trial balance there are remaining liabilities and capital. from these two points you have to prepare balance sheet. So I am going to prepare balance sheet. Now let's start for balance sheet. How to prepare balance sheet? For the preparing balance sheet, same thing, you have to write name of the company. Here you have to write balance sheet, and for the year ending or the date you write here for the year ending. And the format is not an account, so here is not written debit and credit, it is an statement. So the statements will be like this. Now here you have to write liabilities and capital, and here amount. Similarly here you have to write for assets and amount. And in trial balance only assets are remaining there now, and liabilities and capitals are remaining there, that right here. But before writing any points of trial balance, you have to search for capital. First of all you have to write capital. Capital means the amount invested by the owner to start up the business, to commence the business. You write the capital, and you have to add net profit. And from where the net profit comes? From profit and loss account, because while preparing profit and loss account there is either net loss or net profit. If there is net profit you add it, but if there is net loss you less it. Similarly, if there is additional capital, add it, and if there is drawing, less it. Okay, if there is additional capital, then add it, and if there is drawing, then less it. Then you have to write here net capital. Then after the term of liabilities. What do you mean by liabilities? All payable amounts. In one line you have to write all payable amounts. That is loan you have to pay, that is creditors you have to pay, bank overdraft you have to pay, outstanding expenses you have to pay. All the payable amounts. Liabilities means the amounts that you have to pay after certain period of time. Okay, similarly outstanding, that is remaining to pay, outstanding expenses in liability side. There is also advance income. If the income you have taken as advance income, that you have to write here. Similarly all reserves, funds and surplus, that you have to write here. Okay, similarly one thing you understand, payable amount, that is called tirnu parne. For the details point you see the balance sheet of your book. Similarly in asset side, what are the assets? In asset side you have to write all the heads of assets written in trial balance, given in trial balance, you have to copy here. And for making you understand, I am going to just describe. There are two types of assets. One is fixed assets like furniture, machine, vehicle, land and building. land and building, etc. Similarly, in fixed assets, there are fictitious assets that you cannot see with your eyes. These assets you can see with your eyes. Another assets, that is patent, copyright, goodwill. These are also fixed assets, but you cannot see it with your eyes, but it have monetary value. Similarly, there is current assets. That assets is quick assets like cash balance, cash and bank balance, debtors, receivable amounts, closing stock. No, similarly, what to say? Advance expenditure. Similarly, accrued income, that income, receivable income. These all are called what to say, that current assets that can be easily converted into cash. One major thing is that in balance sheet, when you add the total of liabilities and capital, and what to say, that total of assets, you get equal. That when you see the equal amount, you becomes happy because you feel that I have done well. The question is properly solved. So in this way, I show you the process of preparing trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. In next video, I will solve an example, and that makes you clear how to prepare trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. If the example is solved in this video, it becomes too much large. So this is first video. In second video, I will solve an example, and in third video, I will talk about final account with adjustment. And I think in your examination, with adjustment, final account is given. Watch the video again and again. Do more and more practice. It will be clear, because practice makes a man perfect. Thank you so much.